Welcome, acolytes. Well, tonight, Come Deliverance community manager are ruining everything. Warhouse should be furious. From Dr. Disaster himself. I sat down, seen this, and I'm gonna be honest, I am just freaking peed on how the F and why does this even happen. As if Come Deliverance 2 didn't have enough red flags right now. Now it's getting worse. Let's just start and see, acolytes. And, thank you to Agent of Social Media Chaos for this stuff. You know, mate. Just thank you. But this, it just doesn't.
What's up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the Dread Pirate Dr. Disaster, and the news for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is coming in so fast right now that it's making my freaking head spin. So yesterday, I released a video saying, hey, I trust the guys at Warhorse when they tell us not to listen to everything that we read on the internet. And then, as if like clockwork, immediately after I uploaded the video, the whole controversy with the Steam discussions and their community managers banning people, all of that broke out, and I'm left looking at the code of conduct for the Warhorse Steam page going,
hold it! What the hell is that shit?
Yeah, the code of conduct is definitely an issue, along with the fact that the community managers are reportedly banning the hell out of people. Apparently, these bannings are being aimed at those who ask questions about the supposed unskippable gay scenes that were reported in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. This is not what I would expect from a company founded by someone like this. This is Daniel Vavra, the co-founder of Warhorse, and the dude is wearing my shirt. I sincerely want that thing. But anyhow, it's hard to imagine something Warhorse does being tainted like this. But here we are.
You know what? Right now with this t-shirt, he actually doesn't act any different than woke people. He also tries to provoke his haters with this stuff. That's a negative in my opinion. A really big negative, acolytes, because you just should concentrate on the effing thing. Just on your game. And I understand, because I also did a mistake last time where I said, well, I'm not engaging with toxic comments, and I did. It's at least getting better, but it's still a red flag.
It's like seeing someone you know turn into a freaking zombie.
Jesus Christ!
But the fact is that Warhorse has higher masters to answer to. They were purchased by big corporate schmucks, as I'll show you in a minute here, and I don't blame them for selling off and taking the big payday. You always hope that doesn't change the way that a company is operated, but let's face it.
Acolytes, money talks. And if they actually... I'm gonna be honest, if somebody gave me enough money that I didn't have to work a day in my life for this channel, I would. And I assume that a lot of people actually would do the same. Because at the end of the day, money talks a lot. I wouldn't do it for, less than life-changeable money, but hey.
Once big money is involved, things do change. The publisher is handling the community management for the game, so while this may not be Warhorse directly, this does not reflect on them well at all. And I can see why gamers are so pissed. The studio may be okay with being tainted by corporate wokeness, but gamers, well, we're a different story.
Hey, I'll swallow your soul! I'll swallow your soul! I'll swallow your soul!
Swallow this.
By the way, the scene never made sense to me. Has a freaking cut-off shotgun. How the F didn't he... How didn't he hit his foot? I don't understand. How didn't he hit his leg or foot? It just doesn't make sense to me. But otherwise, you have to look up the old film. Like, the film is so freaking funny. Damn.
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and also, don't forget to follow me over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster1. But there's a lot to look at with regards to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, so let's get after it. First of all, let me just start by saying that my basic stance has not changed on this game.
Good,
I had a few people get pissy with me in the comment section yesterday because they said that I'm flip-flopping on the game.
Oh, not just
but the
you.
thing is, a few days ago, when the controversies first started with Kingdom Come, I did what I always do and reported on what was happening. And what did I say? I said I trust the studio, and I expect things to be okay with the game, but we should be cautious.
Yep.
Then yesterday, we got a bit of an answer from Warhorse about the controversy, and I personally liked what I heard, especially in the context of who Daniel Vavra is, and I said the same thing that I did the day before. I expect things to be okay, but we should be cautious. We should be vigilant. Now, with all that we're learning, I still hope that the game will be okay, but that hope...
And by the way, acolytes, it wasn't a lot of people, but some people were so effing toxic just because I also gave the game a thumbs up after the update. And if you're hating a game just because of hating, it's not a good thing. Please hate it at least on facts. You have a right to actually not buy it, to freaking not be happy about the things that Warhorse Studio did. But for F's sake, acolytes, if you hate something, hate it because of something logical. Don't hate it just because I disagree with you. That's not how this works. And also, it's bad for your health.
Dwindles at least a little bit every time I see a new post on social media from someone who has been banned on the Steam discussion page. This isn't flip-flopping. This is learning new information that alters my perception. And I will say what I have been consistently saying all along. The game might still be good, but definitely don't pre-order it. Wait until reviews are in and we learn more. To that end, I will be streaming this game starting on day 1 to help everyone make their purchasing choices. Anyhow, let's get full context of what's happening by looking at this handy little timeline of events that was posted by Grums over on X. The timeline shows that Warhorse was bought out after their great success with the first Kingdom Come Deliverance. So, while the devs who work at the studio might be okay, they do have higher masters to answer to, and those corporate shitheels are bringing along woke corporate shitheel attitudes with regards to community management. Whether or not all of this is disqualifying for you to personally purchase the game is up to you. But Grums says in the post...
And by the way, I think he is absolutely correct about Dr. Disaster is absolutely... If you think that this is a disqualification for you, perfect. Don't pre-order it. Give it back. Perfect. You're wiser than me in this moment. And I don't like to admit that, acolytes. But yes, if you say no, this is too dangerous for me, it's probably gonna be shitty, perfect. Do it. Just do the thing you wanna do. It's totally fine. I still think that we will get a really good game, but at the end of the day, I cannot be 100% sure.
PlayOn handles the community management for Warhorse and Kingdom Come Deliverance, so everyone is probably wondering how Warhorse, Kingdom Come Deliverance, THQ, PlayOn, and Embracer are involved. To sum it up, Warhorse and Kingdom Come are owned and published by the Embracer Group. And now, Let's look at that code of conduct then that they dropped on the Steam discussion page. The bottom part is egregious, especially coming from the corporate buttheads who wrote it, who generally decide that anything that disagrees with them is hate speech, an entirely nebulous term that I completely reject out of hand for two reasons.
Yeah.
First of all, who gets to decide what is hateful? And second of all, hate is actually a perfectly viable human emotion that literally everyone experiences. We shouldn't seek it out, but if someone were to, say, hurt someone that I love, heaven forbid, I'm going to hate them, and I'd really have no choice in the matter. But I digress.
Yes. The thing is, I wouldn't even go as far as he says with if you harm someone directly, like with bodily. I would be actually fine with it if somebody gets banned because of death threats or something like that. Or if somebody says, I'm gonna F you up so hard if I ever meet you, in threats of that nature. And I don't mean some pals actually just dissing each other, I mean actual threats of that caliber.
The creator of the Soul Ash games here had an interesting summary of the Code of Conduct. He posted this: Kingdom Come 2's Code of Conduct reads like a woke litany of forbiddenisms that protect everyone except white male, straight, ripped Christians, who are the only ones that must remain humble or else risk falling under the labels of white supremacists or neo-Nazi. Yes, it's a bit of an exaggerated interpretation meant to highlight bias among community managers. This minority favoritism and clear gaslighting of white males is why gaming continues to be so hostile. A simple rule of no personal attacks would treat everyone equally and should suffice in a community formed to discuss an 18-plus game. And yes, just telling people not to make personal attacks would have been fine. But instead, they wrote this, like a woke 10 commandments being handed down from their corporate masters on high.
Yeah.
And people are pissed. As Pirate Nation said on X, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 Steam discussions right now are not going very well. And then he posted the image below showing all the discussions, and most of them are people saying they're pissed about the Code of Conduct and they want more answers to the questions they have about the game and the reports of unskippable same-sex relationship scenes. So, once again, all of this community management taking place is not Warhorse directly, but since they sold off, they now have higher masters to answer to, and those masters have sent their own community management team, and that is off-putting. It's fair to wonder then if the Embracer Group didn't also have some influence on what was included in the actual game. It's fair to wonder if their influence didn't force woke crap into the game itself. As I said the other day, if a gay person simply exists in the game, I don't care about that. I brought up the movie Braveheart the other day, which is a film with the aura that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is going for, in the sense that it seems historically accurate, and that beloved old movie has a gay character in it. But if it's pushed, if gay and LGBT stuff is pushed into prominence in any way, then we can be rest assured that corporate shitheels were the ones responsible and that the game is effed. Considering the legacy of the studio, of Warhorse, this is extremely disappointing. If all of this ends up being true, I'm still holding out hope that the game ends up being fine, but there is certainly a chance that it's not. The worst trouble is that if the game ends up being bad, too many gamers have already pre-ordered and bought the game, it will still be a success, and there's no stopping that. And the industry will use it as an example of woke games selling just fine. But if it ends up being good, there will be a ton of people who won't buy it regardless because of the community management stuff, blunting the potential sales numbers.
Fair enough.
I'm going to leave it there. What do you think about all this?
Yeah, the entire thing is just a shit show right now. I really hope they catch themselves and actually in Poland, I would say, like, you would say to a situation like this, wyrzucić na zbity pysk. That's basically it. Throw the person out or fire the person on a, well, beaten, on a beaten face. So yeah, it's more or less. I am still. It's just such a shit show, and I'm hearing it because I'm so hyped about the game. I still wish that it's just gonna be good. I just want it to be good. That's all I wish for it. And if this happens, it's fine. It's gonna be a legend, perfect, even better. The better it will be, the better it is for everyone. But as it is, acolytes, good night.